Lisa Wheeler, and I'm a therapist at Thriving Minds Behavioral Health, specializing in the treatment of selective mutism. For Selective Mutism Awareness Month, I would like to share an intervention used with children with selective mutism called stimulus fading. The goal of stimulus fading is to get a new communication partner, whom I'll refer to as the NCP, into the room with the child using appropriate speech, therefore transferring speech from a comfortable communication partner over to the NCP. Now, the comfortable communication partner can be a parent, a key worker at school, a therapist, or any adult whom the child is comfortably verbal with. And this can take place in multiple settings, such as the school, home, therapist office. Now, for this description, I'm going to use the parent as the comfortable communication partner. So the parent's job is to keep their child talking as the NCP enters the room through fun and engaging activities, forced choice questions, and allowing for a 5-second latency to respond. And please refer to our previously posted video for examples on how to word those forced choice questions. So initially, the parent and child should have some warm-up time in the room where they can talk and play alone with the door almost closed. During this time, it's important that full speech, so not a quiet whisper, is obtained before the NCP begins to fade into the room. So the NCP will begin fading into the room once the parent has obtained an appropriate volume of consistent speech from the child. And the NCP will begin by simply opening up that door and walking in front of the door in order to make their presence known to the child. Now, it's important at this point that the NCP does not respond in any way to what the child is saying or doing, or act as if they are attending to the child. The NCP should then very slowly start to enter the room as far away from the child as possible and busy themselves. So reading a book, cleaning up the room, working on a computer. Now, if the child discontinues speech or otherwise shows an increase in anxiety, the NCP should slow down their entrance into the room even more, or pause where they're at for several minutes until the child's anxiety has decreased and their speech with their parent has resumed. The NCP should then start slowly making their way closer to the interaction by finding things in the room to do that are in closer proximity to the child. And again, at this point, they are still not acting as if they are attending to the child. Now, when the NCP is close to the interaction and the child has maintained speech, they can then begin to silently attend to the child. And once a child is able to tolerate that attention to their speech, the NCP can then begin to reflect and comment on what the child is saying. So for example, let's say the parent and the child are coloring, and the child says to their parent, "I'm drawing a dog." The NCP can reflect, "You're drawing a dog." Or let's say the child says to their parent, "I want to build a snowman when I get home." The NCP can comment, "You want to build a snowman. That sounds like fun." Now, when this seems comfortable and minimally anxiety-provoking to the child, the NCP can then begin peppering in those forced choice questions to the child. And once the child is consistently responding to the NCP's question, the parent can then begin to slowly fade out of the room, therefore leaving the child and the NCP alone playing and talking and transferring the child's speech from the parent over to the NCP. Now, if the NCP is unable to complete all of these steps in one session, they should start outside of the room the following session, as the child's anxiety is likely to somewhat return at the beginning of each session. However, they can fade into the room faster than they previously had. So I hope you found this video helpful in how to use stimulus fading to facilitate speech for your child with a new communication partner. Thank you.